Matt, we know business building is about taking initiative. It's about overcoming inertia. It's about breaking free from whatever the clutches are that are keeping back the start of either a new project, a new division of a company, hiring the A level employee that's going to take it to the next level. How do you know when to start a project? How do you know when to start something in business?
Well, in reality and in true honesty, it's when my team says I can, because Matt always wants to go. I always want to make sure we're moving forward and doing more. It's part of just how I'm built. I'm a bit of a cowboy that way. It's like everything's a yes, let's do this. Everything's a good idea in perspective, but really it's having a good team behind me to keep those borders on, those blinders on, so we stay focused and in a direction that's the right one.
So we know, and when we talk later today at 5 o'clock Eastern about the overall story of building Y Street's business, there have been so many iterations where you had to start the adventure again. You had to go, not in a sometimes dramatic way, but sometimes in a dramatic way as well. You had to start something. So, what do you, when you look back at it, is there a key theme to that team saying go? Like, was there something always in place that made the team go, "Yep, this is the time we're ready. Let's uncork the champagne and let's start the party."
There's always been the push to do something. There's always been a go to be able to get to a certain point to do more, to want to achieve that goal. Sometimes the direction wasn't clear. Sometimes the requirement vehicle wasn't clear. But I'd say yes, that there was always a starting point. And that starting point came for me from an accident that forced me into having to make a decision on which direction I went with my own personal life, and that was real estate. And from there was many more little steps of what's next to make that step grow again and move again. So it's actually a continuous start as you grow and as you learn and as projects complete. So
Yeah.
there is a starting point, but there's always a next starting point as you accomplished what you just went set out to do.
And that's the cycle of the hero's journey that is the archetype of all business building, and it's exactly what we'll talk about this afternoon when we do this in the long form fashion. So if there's always a start, who on the Y Street team or what qualities are on the Y Street team that helps us to close, that helps us to say, all right, we started this project, it was 2018, it was 2022, and now we're ready to close it out. So how did you add that flavor in, kind of the support structure of the business?
So basically, as a project, they all have timelines, right? So there will be a start point and a close point on any project. It's to decide in your portfolio what type of projects that you're working on so that you can continue to roll that machine, right? So that you can continue to grow the business, be able to provide with revenues for expenses, employees, et cetera, and to be able to do newer projects once one closes out. So you've really got to look at your plate and see what you've got on it. You got to look in your portfolio and see what you have. Y Street Capital, we diversify from consulting division, land deals, multifamily, storage, whether it be outdoor industrial or storage facilities. They all have their own timelines. And as one tends to finish, another one may be midpoint and another one may be starting, and they just continue to roll. And where we are with Y Street Capital today, we've got the machine starting to roll, and it's going to be great once it starts to really, really move.
I've never thought about it as it's a machine with different sized wheels, but all of them have to keep on the ground. And so you have to make sure your different axles are at the right height and aligned so that that machine rolls, even though some of the wheels are 6 months and some of the wheels are 17 years. And then there's a whole bunch of 5 year wheels and maybe revolutions of planets is a better analogy, but the traction is important. So as you've built this business, what's one lesson about starting that you would convey to any business builder, any investor who says, I wish I was starting more. I wish I was doing more. I wish I was involved in more projects at the same time. What would you tell them?
Be patient, do what you're doing well and do it right. Remember who you're doing it for and why you're doing it. And taking care of the people that are involved, whether it be your team, your investors, or anybody around you, including your family.
Very cool. We go live again today, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern, to share with Matt Maxsom, the founder of Y Street Capital, the whole story, how Y Street grew as a business and what lessons are there for anyone who is interested in heavy investments, in building their own business, in being an entrepreneur at the highest levels. So, Matt, thank you very much. We will enjoy meeting this afternoon, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern.
See you this evening, Robbie.